At the top right, a man who needs little introduction. One of the greatest Terrans.
SlayerS, Maxa.
As the crowd goes nuts.
Crowd is going nuts. And his opponent at the top left, a player who's proved himself to me, but trying to prove himself to the world.
MVP 동래구.
You guys can hear quite a few fans in the audience for him as well. He has so many Korean fans. I can't stress you guys enough how famous he is here.
It's very strange because a lot of the matches you see one person who's hugely favored with the crowd, and then I was like, eh.
Yeah.
But this one,
this is going to be one of the best matches I've ever cast, actually, to be honest. Just with the caliber of the players, the excitement that's around, it's in the air. Can you feel it?
I can. I don't know. Dongregu is very, very used to this clutch situation. I don't think nerves are going to get to him, even though it is SlayerS Boxer.
Speaking of SlayerS Boxer, that's a pretty quick SCV scout.
Oh.
I don't think that's an SCV scout unstable.
No, it's not. We're going to do it again.
Indeed, he will. Now,
oh, second SCV is coming out.
Yeah, second SCV is coming out, so it looks like he plans on doing some sort of 2-racks play. With this, this may just be a scout, but given what we saw last game and given the popularity of the 2-racks right now and how strong it is, it may be some sort of 2-racks. Remember though, the Zerg can take a backdoor expansion, which means his natural won't be as exposed. You can't really bunker it.
Yeah, no, I think that is a second Rex. I'm trying to look at the meme map here. I can only see what you guys are saying.
It is a second Rex.
It is.
So
Dongregu needs to see this if he has any chance. He's actually going for 15 hatch.
Indeed, he has. Starting his gas now, so his pool is going to be very late.
Yeah.
It's going to make it relatively difficult to defend. But remember, he does have that ramp, so he's going to be able to kind of hug that choke point a little bit. It's going to be a lot easier than defending on, say, Zelnaga Caverns, for example.
But at the same point, it is SlayerS Boxer. His decision-making when he was doing this exact same strategy last game was impeccable. His control was amazing. I think he's actually... Oh, hang on. Drone's coming up. There it is.
All right. Now, how is he going to react to this? The spawning pool is only about 2/3 done. He may immediately make a spine crawler towards the ramp, but the ramp is so far away from the creep, it's not really going to be that helpful. It's going to be easily surrounded. It's going to be very difficult for him to hold this, I think.
There goes the bunker.
SCV is coming off the line. Boxer most likely just going to pull that, cancel that, pull the SCV.
Oh, he's actually focusing down the bunker itself instead of the SCV. With enough of those, it has taken it out. Now sending 3-4 drones straight onto that Marine. Boxer's not paying attention.
Gotta be very careful. He is trying to get that bunker up. Now that the Marines here, the drones are chased away.
We do have 8 Lings and Ling speed on the way as well. If he can focus down those SCVs.
Now remember, as you guys can see, that ramp is not covered by creeps, so you can kind of hang the bunker around in between the two bases, so that means the reinforcements can only come from one direction. If he kind of cuts off the reinforcements from the backdoor expansion, if he makes a second bunker there smartly, Dongregu puts a spine crawler in the exact position where that would be most likely to happen. 2 more bunkers pushing forward here.
Now this is the position that Dongregu does not want to happen. He's actually got Marines hitting on that spine crawler. He really needs that to get up so he can defend against those bunkers.
And
oh, hang on. It looks like he's going to go around the back and actually catch the reinforcements.
Yep, some Marines moving forward. As Unstable was saying, there are some Lings. 6 of them have sneaked out. They're going to try to catch any reinforcing Marines. But Boxer smartly realizes this is going to happen. Hasn't even sent any more Marines forward.
Does get one of those Marines, and the spine crawler's up now.
Yeah, he's going to have to repair that bunker.
Now, he does have enough SCVs to repair that indefinitely until a second possible spine crawler comes up, or he just masses a heap of Lings.
Now, in addition, he does have enough Marines in the middle of the map now to kind of move forward and continue reinforcing. And meanwhile, he does take that backdoor expansion. So this is not an all-in. If he had pulled all of his SCVs or something like that, that would have been an all-in. Zergly speed does finish here. There may be enough Lings to finish this bunker off. Not sure if I agree with this choice, though. Looks like it will be enough, and Boxer is going to lose some of those Marines. And more reinforcing Marines, though, do show up. Keeps that SCV alive. That's huge. Having that SCV not only means he can repair that, but also can create additional bunkers if he needs to.
Oh, he looks like he might be going for a run by straight into the middle of the map, but Boxer has already moved his barracks back and he's going to complete that wall off at home. Catches a couple of stray Marines. And if we have a look at the drone count, maybe? We are looking at 17 versus 22, so he is going to actually catch back up.
Indeed he will. Now Boxer is going to be in a little bit of trouble. He has to make a bunker here most likely. He's also going to have to repair. There are a lot of speedlings outside this base. Just barely gets that wall off. But even so, once those Zerglings come in, he doesn't quite have a lot of Marines. He's going to have to repair this just right. And the rocks do go down. Ling's trying to break in.
Almost. Now, given this wall off, Baneling Bust follow-up could be very useful.
Yeah, and in fact, he hasn't actually continued mining any gas at all, so he may plan on bringing some drones back over there fairly soon. And this bunker actually is not going to be salvaged in time, is it? Just barely gets that salvage off.
But he's still there. Boxer's still in his base.
Exactly. Now Boxer's starting to get a lot of, he's starting to stack up a lot of minerals. May we see some sort of 4 or 5 barracks timing attack from here, or is he going to tech? He's already taken his gas, so most likely it will be tech. And in fact, he's going to make a factory.
He's getting ready for a Baneling Bust that he thinks might be coming.
He knows he's done a lot of damage. He's pretty ahead at this point. So he wants to make those bunkers be prepared for some sort of all-in. But this is still a pretty close game. Boxer has the backdoor expansion. Quick lair. Right now, for Dongregu, he's adding his 3rd gas. He's got that lair on the way. No Baneling nest just yet. And those Marines will fall.
Finally clears out those bunkers and Marines from his base here for Dongregu. Might be looking at a quick 3rd. But Boxer, again, spiking to about 600 minerals now.
Yeah, okay, there he goes. There he makes that command center. So as to say, he basically has 2 options to tech up and go up to 4 barracks, use a lot of heavy Marine medevac style, or, of course, start getting those medevacs out and take a 3rd, but just stick with the 2 barracks. So it's like that is what he's chosen.
Dongregu has seen those 2 bunkers at the back there.
I take it back. I'm sorry, I didn't look at the production tab. That's not a starport. That's a 2nd factory.
Oh.
He's researching pre-igniter. That's a pretty interesting follow-up to this. It does give him a lot of map control, allows him to move out and take that 3rd base pretty safely.
We do have a Spire here from Dongregu as well, that quick lair is going to help him out there.
I like that choice because not only does the quick lair allow him to, not only does the Spire allow him to, of course, shut down Hellions pretty easily and allow him to harass, but also it really shuts down drops, so it's a safe choice overall to get that Spire at this timing. After he's held up Boxer's attack, he knows Boxer's not going to have that many units, so he wants to get the Spire up ASAP. In most circumstances, this would be a little bit early to get that Spire, but in this one, it's just right.
Not only that, because you can actually keep Boxer bottled up in his base once he gets enough Mutalisks, and not really allow him to push out, because you take too much damage at home.
Exactly. Dongregu has been known to use Mutalisks into the late game.
Oh, actually, look at that mini-map down the bottom right. Is that another hatchery?
It is indeed.
Oh.
Get a shot of it in a second. Taking that fast, hidden 3rd base after getting a Spire is relatively risky, but
I think the timing here might be very, very crucial.
Exactly.
As Boxer looks like he's ready to move out. He has salvaged those bunkers. Here he goes. Got a tank follow-up. The pre-igniter is going to be finished by the time he gets across. I don't think the Mutas are going to be out in time.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was about to say. The Spire is just now finishing. He's got a lot of money banked up. He's going to make about 10 Mutas. Now that may be just enough, but I got to say this is going to be pretty scary.
Oh, we got a couple of Banelings. Okay, he'll be fine for this.
He is making some more Spine Crawlers at the top of his base to help defend against this. And 9 Mutas are on the way. The Hellion's going to try to run up here. The Baneling's going to thwart that at least initially here. Doesn't want to run. He doesn't want to try to sneak Hellions past Banelings. That could be quite devastating. And it looks like Boxer is smartly going to go home.
I don't think Boxer has Stim yet either, just due to the delayedness.
He doesn't even have Tech Labs on his, on his barracks.
So those Mutas are going to be so effective versus him right now. He only has a handful of Marines.
And a lot of those are in the middle of the map as well.
Yeah, he does have 2 Thors in production though.
That's true. That is going to be quite helpful, but not just yet when these Mutas get here. Doesn't even have a turret in the back of his base. He's going to lose a lot of SCVs. Trying to get that turret up. That turret does get up.
You got quite a few SCVs there though. More Mutas coming through. This is Dongregu style.
This is Dongregu style. Now he's going to take a 3rd base. If Boxer scouts that, he's going to think that's a pretty normal timing. Of course, the base at the bottom right. He's not really going to expect. He's not going to want to send any units down there while there are Mutas out.
No. It's going to be a very long time until Boxer scouts that base, I think.
Agreed. +1 vehicle weapons on the way. 3 factories in production for SlayerS Boxer right now.
He really wants those Thors.
He really does. And here come the Mutas now. And, oh, nice Thor shot there.
Still no Stim even started yet, though.
Yeah, it looks like he just really wants to mech it up. Stick with those 2 naked barracks just to add a few Marines into the composition. It looks like he wants to go just a heavy tank Thor Hellion, otherwise known as mech play. Don't see that all too often in StarCraft 2.
Oh, catching quite a few of these Hellions out in the middle of the map, though.
It is becoming a little bit more popular. Thank you for that. Those Hellions dying is very important. I was just trying to make them look insignificant. But Unstable here cares about the families of those Hellions.
I do.
All right, so here come the Mutas around again. They're going to go around the south. They want to hit the back again, and actually that turret back at the backdoor expansion. He didn't complete it. He's going to add some more here. Now he's finishing it up. May have enough for these mutas, but there are a lot of them. Their +1 is about to finish. Targets down that missile turret. And will he get the others?
Boxer didn't actually try to repair that turret at all. Must have been looking somewhere else at the time. So Dongrego will be able to clear out all the turrets at the moment. There is no stim from those Marines.
Yeah.
Thors are extremely slow.
That Thor from Boxer actually was kind of AFK there a little bit. He was just sitting back at the ramp. If Boxer had reacted properly, that Mutalist harass would have done very little damage. As it stands right now, Dongrego is sitting at a hefty 75 drones to Boxer's just 48. He has secured his third right now, which is kind of what he's been focusing on right now, just pushing down, taking that third. But Dongrego, he's got 5 hatcheries right now. Of course, he's got a macro hatch in his base. That's one of them. But he's got essentially 4 mining bases, whereas Boxer just has 2.5 essentially.
Well, this is what we were talking about earlier. Once Dongrego gets those mutas out, you cannot leave your base.
Just can't. This is a style you see Moonglade use a lot. It's the Mutalist style.
Yep. It's very unique. Not many Zerg players actually use it, so it takes a lot of practice against to get used to dealing.
Yeah, and it's actually really hard to pull off against a style like we're seeing from Boxer where you get so many Thors. So,
well, if he does Magic Box them properly, he really needs those Stim Marines as the backup.
Exactly. And Boxer still only has those 2 barracks. In fact, he's not producing out of them right now. Boxer's getting building armor right now. That's going to help his missile turrets out significantly. Speaking of missile turrets,
6 of them sitting there.
Those mutas are not going to really be able to harass that anymore. Boxer has made a lot of siege tanks, though. He hasn't really been producing as many Thors as he would have maybe liked to. He's only got 2 Thors out right now. He is making 2 at a time, though.
Yeah, it looks like Dongrego is also taking 2 extra expansions. One down at the bottom right, which hasn't been scouted by Boxer yet. Another one that looks like a natural 4th. And look, given the timing, if Boxer sees this, he will not expect those extra expansions.
I don't think so at all. Right now, as far as upgrades go, we do have +1 Carapace on the way for melee units. Melee attacks rather already been researched, so he does have +1 on that. Boxer already has the +1 for his vehicle weapons. He started +2. He's also got his vehicle plating level 1 on the way, so he made a second armory. He's just going to break down these rocks to open up some more attack patterns.
Yeah, I think Dongrego is going for the flank here. He is actually maxed already compared to the 169 of Boxer. That sensor tower does see him coming through, but with those infestors out as well, level 2 attack for the Zerglings. Oh, but Boxer's not going to let him get there. He's going to move out.
This is a nice little timing here by Boxer. He does have 4 Thors. He's got so many Hellions there, but breaking down these rocks, we can shove him in the second, is going to slow him down significantly. There are some Spine Crawlers waiting, and Infestors waiting to slow down the push as well.
There we go. Dongrego's going in at the back as a counter-attack, though. Does catch 1 Thor out of position. There's only 1 turret here, and those mutas going to do so much damage. Boxer getting... I think that was a Neural Parasite that we saw try to come out there.
Yeah, Boxer does have a very scary force, but he's losing his entire natural base.
No, I take that back. It was actually the Spine Crawler. It just tripped me out.
This is so many Hellions doing a lot of AoE damage, and here
oh!
comes the Banelings! That's so many Banelings rolling through, doing a significant amount of damage, but several Thors and tanks still remain.
But now the reinforcements from the mutas come back. Magic Box straight over those Thors. They are going to drop. There is nothing that Boxer can do about it. Now these tanks are completely undefended. He's down under 90 supply now, and Dongrego looks like he's going to finish it up.
Yeah, he is just so ahead at this point. The natural expansion's forced to lift. He's barely keeping it alive. His repair. Can he even keep it alive? I don't think so.
Not with that many mutas.
I don't think so. Yeah, it's most likely not going to happen. Like you said, the Mutalist count is too high. +2 melee attacks about to finish as well.
Oh, but 3 Thors just finished, and all the mutas are boxed up. Very low health now.
And into that one Infestor trying to bungle some of those SCVs. And Boxer just losing so much, and Dongrego just able to remax so quickly. He's got so much economy right now.
He's got an Ultralisk cabin as well on the way.
Those Ultras going to be quite nice. He's losing a lot of mutas here, but the mutas just aren't that important anymore. He's so ahead in economy. He doesn't really need to kill production facilities because a lot of the production facilities just cannot be used right now in the first place. 190 supply to 73 supply. The Emperor is in trouble.
Yes, he is. A lot of Dongrego's army right now does consist of Mutalisks and a lot of Lings, and the Blue Flame is going to help with that, but looks like it's those Thors going down very, very quickly.
Boxer trying to target down the mutas, but the AI getting a little bit bugged out by those Zerglings, and Boxer's army falling very quickly here. He cannot hold his natural. Dongrego balling up his music and getting ready for a final attack on that natural. He wants to end it. And it looks like he is just going to go on top of this Thor, take out the Thor, and then clean up the natural. And I think we might see a Boxer GG pretty soon.
Yeah, very unfortunate, but still did an amazing early strategy and held in here for a very long time against Dongregu.
Did do quite well. His pressure was good, but Dongregu just overcame him in the end. He hit that expansion. That was very smart. Good Spire timing, and when there are Banelings morphing your base, sometimes it's just time to leave the game. I look back at Boxer, looking at his booth. He looks really focused right now, but maybe he just...
No, never give up, man.
Yeah, maybe he just wants to keep it going. Doesn't want to shame himself, but he did play a great game here.
Absolutely.
But this is going to get... Dongregu is going to tie it, or not tie it up rather, it's going to push MVP forward, just being behind 1 point rather than 2. And of course keeps his team in it. If he had lost this,
GG.
GG.
Nicely done by Dongregu, giving MVP that extra breath of air. He still has 2 matches to go if he wants to take this down.
Very true.
But from what we just saw, very capable.
Very capable indeed. And I gotta say, Boxer's back. He's in Code A. We may see him do extremely well there as well. Dongregu getting the high fives. Gotta be very pleased with himself after winning that. And very nicely done.
Who do you think we're going to see next from Slayer?
I'm actually just trying to think about that right now. I wouldn't be surprised if you saw a Zerg player just try to ZVZ him out.
Yeah.
They've got 2 more games. They basically just have to win once. So if they try a ZVZ and it doesn't work, they can just pull out another player.
Oh, more shirts going out.
Yeah, MVP really likes to give their shirts out. A foreign fan getting an MVP shirt. I'd feel so happy if he was so lucky. Oh wait, I already did. Seriously, guys, come down to the studio. If you live in Korea, don't hesitate. Come down here. There's directions on the website. Come to Mokdong, and maybe you'll get an MVP shirt if they're playing. Maybe you'll get another team shirt. I think teams are going to start doing that more. I don't know if you guys watch Pro League, but happens a lot.
It does indeed.
I think in StarCraft 2 we're going to see that some more.
So as we were saying before, you think you might put out a Zerg to ZVZ Dongregu out?
Well, mirror matchups, except TVT, is one of those matchups where there's a lot of unknowable information and you can kind of get ahead based on chance a little bit. I mean, StarCraft is not really a game of chance, but there are chance situations involved in ZVZ and PvP. And I think we might see maybe SlayerS men come out and he may try to end the game that way and just close it out, and otherwise they can pull someone else out. What do you think?
I think anyone they pull out right now will be, if not trying to win the game, set it up so that MMA can take it at the end. It's very hard to play successive games in a row that are very difficult and very long-winded. And we saw from the Kodak qualifiers that you and me were both there. He played a very long series just before he went up against OGS Hero.
Yeah.
And he was so tired that he just could not play his best. And I think that's what SlayerS are going to do.
Yeah, and OGS Hero actually had a lot of rest beforehand. So it goes to show that is really important. So we may see someone, that's a really good point, bring out a player that drags him out. Now, who's it going to be? We're going to get a shot of it here in a second.
Who is it?
And...
Oh, we don't know yet.
Are they pulling him over there? Who's it going to be? Which one of those guys?
It's one of them.
I'm not sure.
Who's going to sit down?
They're pretty tricky about it, that SlayerS team.
Oh, all right. They're all going into the booth.
This isn't fair. Is this a 3v1?
He's hiding.
It is going to be Evan.
No. Stop messing with our heads.
Ganji. So this is going to be SlayerS Ganji. And MVP is like, well, that was kind of funny. All right, so if one Terran couldn't take out Dongregu, send another.
If that doesn't work, always go to MMA.
Exactly. So SlayerS has some of the best Terran players in the world. Boxer is a Terran player. You can see, of course, when he scouts out his players, I'm sure he sees a lot of potential in the Terrans. You can see a shot of Rachel there in the background doing some photography. A little cameo there. We see you. She probably doesn't think we can see her. We can. She's going to watch these VODs and laugh. All right, so Ganji right now, he tried to qualify for Code A. I believe was unsuccessful. Did, of course, lose in the round of 32 last season. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. I actually, even though I was at the qualifiers, by the end of it, I was so stressed about everything, I didn't actually see the final list.
We were there for about 9 hours that whole day.
The qualifiers are a really long process, and they're very, very intense.
The atmosphere is just so...
It's draining.
Yeah. Everyone's sitting there, the slightest noise, everyone looks up because they're so focused on their game.
Very, very true. Notice that Ganji has a mouse bungee. That's that little thing his mouse cord is attached to. If you guys have never used one of those, I highly recommend it. It's really, really helpful, especially if you've got a mouse cord that kind of tends to bunch up. Basically just lift your mouse cord so you don't have any problems. We're going to take a 2-minute break, and when we get back, we'll go into the next game, Ganji versus Dongri Goose. So come back in just a minute.